Literally in coming into my seventh week, I had a job offer from my dream company, Splice, and I'm still pinching myself. I'm still pinching myself, and especially considering the where I was at 10 weeks ago,
It's so crazy.
makes it even more phenomenal. Where I went, it's like going from
Amazing.
zero to hero in 10 weeks.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We have a big treat for you guys. Francis here is an incredible product design leader. He's a musician. He's a rock star. He loves mentoring people. I mean, you'll hear a lot of amazing insights. Francis, this is going to be a treat.
Yes, I'm thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Amazing. So Francis here has an incredible story. I want you to tell them, the audience, where have you started? So what you reached out to us,
Yeah.
why?
I came to the realization that the things that I was trying to do just wasn't working. And from an emotional standpoint, I felt like I just about had it. And I felt like there needed to be a shock to the system. It was a really quick decision for me where it's felt like I have an opportunity here to have this shock to the system. That's what I need. That's what I needed. And then just not look back and just go for it, right? And right from the start, just totally have the mindset that I'm going for it, and because I need to do something different. I have some blind spots, and here we have this incredible organization to to help me provide the shepherding that I felt that I needed, and and that's really the basis for my motivations to to join Leap. And it was definitely a leap of faith.
Yeah.
And really, I mean, you and Sue say at the very beginning, like you have to show up, right? And it's something that you make it really really clear. And yeah, and I took that to heart. And uh yeah, so for me, as you know from my story, and for these past 8 weeks, there's certainly a bit of serendipity there, but there's this culmination effect, this amplification effect that really happened, that I wouldn't have been able to have, without being in Leap and the network.
Which, by the way, what's interesting is that most high achievers, the most driven people are the ones that will face this, right? It's not the people that will like to settle. So by definition, when you run into this, you need to also remind yourself, that means I'm driven. 10 weeks later, like, oh my God. So first of all, before the 10 weeks, the way you showed up is the way you show up as a leader.
Hmm.
Francis, you showed up,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is key. Because
yeah.
this is not, we can't carry you on our backs. Like, you just did the work, you showed up, you asked questions, you were a giver, you are mentored to others, like, you are phenomenal. So where are you now?
Oh
Because
yes.
to see.
So literally in coming into my seventh week, I had a job offer from my dream company, Splice. And so if you see in my background, I have all of this music equipment, and these are essentially tools of a trade for a music producer, and more like an electronic music producer. And my backstory is that I've always been a musician, a composer, but with my immigrant parents, going the school, so it's like, well, you're going to be like an engineer. That's going to be suited for you. When I wanted, so when I wanted to go to music school and stuff like that, that was all shot down. However, I always found ways to incorporate my passion for music or audio into the early part of my career, where I was actually in music tech as a software developer. And long story short, and then the World Wide Web happened, and I jumped on that bandwagon and got a taste for startups. And here I am today. And so now, Splice is a startup that focuses on tools for music producers. And what's really amazing is that I've been a user of theirs for years, so I know their product line really well. And on top of that, the icing on the cake is that I will be their head of product design. And so from a career aspiration standpoint as a design leader, at least for myself, that's kind of like a goal, like a destination where I really like to have impact on a program and help scale, scale their design operations. And so now I have this as well as being in music and getting paid for it.
I mean, this is like a dream job.
It,
Like
it,
this is
it
the
really is.
combination.
I'm still pinching myself. I'm still pinching myself. And especially considering where I was at 10 weeks ago,
It's so cool.
makes it even more phenomenal where it's like going from
Amazing.
zero to hero in 10 weeks.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to tell people because they don't believe, right? So
Mhm.
what made the shifts? Like why so fast? What made the shifts?
I had all of the ingredients, right? But it was just about putting the ingredients together and framing things in a certain way. You have enabled me to catch the wave and able to catch that wave and then like just really capitalize on it, right? And so the timing of the spice thing was certainly serendipitous and in some ways coincidental, but when the opportunity came, I'm kind of really maximized the way that I wanted to present myself, right? And the strategies, like in the 2 or 3 weeks leading up to that, right? Just kind of doing all the things like, bolstering my image, my LinkedIn presence, writing articles. Coming into my interview process, right? They they're now seeing my new bolstered, image, and I'm sure that all like totally helped in the process.
And we see it all the time, right? Like it's a lot of that energy that you get through getting the clarity and getting your story straight and reminding yourself that you are an incredible leader. So whatever led up to that point of lack of confidence is a no-go, right?
Mm.
And we see it all the time. And then that energy together with the network, together with everything, just creates some kind of a snowball
It did,
that's
yeah.
hard to describe. But suddenly these opportunities open up, you are seen in a different light, more people approach you. When you are more active on LinkedIn, more people see you, more people reach out. So there's like this snowball effect that we keep on seeing, and it's amazing.
Yeah, this positive feedback loop is really amazing because all of a sudden you start seeing results, and then your motivation increases even more. And what's really great is with Leap and the network, right? Like uh, there's immediate support. That sense of community and support is really helpful. That that you're not in it alone. That everybody feels stuck, right?
Yeah.
And so to have that support to help prime things, and then things snowball from there. And there's so many examples of that. And so to me, that's like really helpful and really shows the power of like a network effect. That spark, that fire, I want to recapture it, and I have, and been able to now package that up, right? And so it's kind of like a reevaluation of personal vows as far as like, okay, this is me, this is what's important, and this is how the world is going to get to know about it. It's been a fantastic experience for me, and I've gotten so much out of it, and I really enjoyed being with my cohort, and having them be a source of support, and vice versa.